The movie Alice in Wonderland was an interpretation of what happens if Alice goes to Wonderland as an adult. The characters in the movie help the main character develop, but still need Alice to get their own character development. This is displayed in the forest scene with Hatter and Alice. Hatter and Alice go through the forest to escape the Red Queen, and while doing so, Alice explains that she does not want to lead in the prophecy. Hatter then says that Alice is not what she was before, and if the old her was there, she would have done it. Alice and Hatter have different beliefs and wants, mainly because of their priorities. Alice wants to mature so she can live a normal life, while Hatter would like to go back to how he was before the Red Queen arrived. This leads me to question why she needed to learn about Hatter to get an understanding of herself. She needed to understand Hatter because she and Hatter were still figuring out what they actually needed to do, so they both needed help with similar situations to find their own priorities outside of social expectation. Alice and Hatter's exchange shows that understanding somebody else can help you understand yourself, even when they are different. My evidence can be found in the theatrical elements, editing, and screenwriting. Costume design was one of the main elements to this movie, as the outfit of a character can explain a lot about their personalities, backstories, and their roles in the story. Alice and Hatter follow this, as their outfits portray their development and personalities. Alice wears many different blue dresses for most of the movie. Blue dresses similar to each other, and they all mirror her original blue dress from her childhood. Each one of her outfits changes in Wonderland during a momentous scene for Alice's development, such as the Red Queen dress, Hatter dress, and the Jabberwocky sling armor. Each outfit symbolizes change, and this dress specifically shows her change with Hatter. Her new dress symbolizes her newfound understanding of the Hatter, and more specifically her understanding of his situation. Hatter's trauma caused by the Red Queen changed him, causing him to become less funny and less enjoyable to be around. Even so, he pretends to be the same around his peers and Alice until the scene. The dress, like his hidden wisdom and avoidance of the past, is dirty, worn out, and old. Not only can we see Alice change with wardrobes, we can always characterize Hatter with his main outfit. Unlike Alice, Hatter was hesitant to change, hence why he had less outfit change compared to Alice. The outfit shows his attachment to his past and his unwillingness to change and move forward from it. Slowly but surely, he does make the change when he also begins to understand Alice's own fear and struggles. Only when they both understand each other is the development apparent in their outfits. In Alice in Wonderland, the text has been made to be nonsensical but must also be understood by the audience. In the scene, Hatter says that Alice has lost her muchness. Muchness to him means her curiosity and bravery. Before this, nobody had put it into clear words what Alice had needed or had not needed to defeat the Red Queen. They had simply said that she just wasn't Alice anymore, so she couldn't defeat her or the Jabberwocky. Hatter had been the only one who knew she was the right Alice, even if she lost her memories of Wonderland or her will to fight even the unknown. Hatter explaining that she just didn't have what it takes brought her back to reality, and was the first sign to her that none of this was a dream, but should be taken seriously. Hatter also points out that something in her is missing. Not only does this refer to her losing her wonder, but she also lost her belief in Wonderland completely. Him saying something is missing is pointing her in the right direction of what she needs to do, not what others want her to do. Just like Alice, the Hatter develops through this interaction as well. Hatter is starting to embrace adulthood, and this shows based on how he does not say as many nonsensical things as he would in front of his friends. He states what he believes clearly instead, with no means to entertain but to inform. Hatter and Alice both learn to stop pretending as Alice gains bravery and Hatter embraces maturity by being able to express his past without any nonsense to discredit the seriousness of his and Alice's situation. Alice in Wonderland utilizes green screens and CGI softwares to create most of the backgrounds, characters, and main landmarks. The movie is a huge CGI green screens and live action to create the dreamlike atmosphere of Wonderland. The sky was edited to be blue on one side and orange on the other. Characters were shown near these colors specifically because the colors represent what they both desire. According to color psychology, blue represents security, calmness, and orderliness, while orange represents the exact opposite, as it represents creativity, optimism, and joy. These colors both present what they are striving for mentally, as Hatter would like to go back to before the Red Queen, which would be the blue sky that had not been tainted by the orange. Alice would like to be more mature, but what she really needs to do is balance her creative side, which would be the orange, and serious side, which would be the blue. The sky shows both of their desires because they need to work with each other to understand what they really need to achieve, letting their wants align. The sky is a visual representation of the newfound understanding Alice now has of Hatter, and the understanding Hatter is beginning to get on her. Gaining understanding of each other can help both of them get what they want. Hatter sharing his past gave Alice another perspective that went into what she wanted to be outside of Wonderland. Like the sky, she learned that she could be both childish and serious, with Hatter's own experience and insight. In conclusion, Hatter and Alice's interaction during this scene shows that to understand yourself, you may need to understand somebody else. Hatter develops when he talks to Alice during the scene because he learns to mature and regain his personality. Alice develops in a similar way as she figures out she can still be curious and fit into the workplace. Neither of them needed to change to be liked or successful in their worlds, and each figured this out through each other's struggle. This is important because the scene shows that problems do not always need to be suffered through alone. Getting help is much more beneficial at times, even if the person does not exactly understand the issue. Hatter and Alice are able to help each other even with their differences, and so can people today. Thank you for listening.